Very good morning to all of you. I once again welcome you all to this current video lecture. In the last lecture, we started the new technique from the chapter that is called as the spectroscopy. So we completed the definition of the spectroscopy, the different type of the energies present in a molecule, what is meant by the energy levels of a molecule, what are the different type of the spectra depending upon the interaction of the electromagnetic radiations with the matter. So that all introduction we completed in the last lecture. Now in the current lecture we are going to study the next aspect of this spectroscopy, that is regions of the spectrum. Now in order to study the molecular structure of a molecule by the spectroscopy, we must know regarding what are the different regions of a spectrum in which the different type of radiations can be obtained. So for this purpose we must know this electromagnetic spectrum. Now what is by this electromagnetic spectrum? The entire range over which these electromagnetic radiations exist is known as electromagnetic spectrum. So this electromagnetic spectrum consists of a different type of electromagnetic radiations over a definite range. So this is the electromagnetic spectrum. Now we are interested to study the different regions of this spectrum in terms of their wavelength, their region of occurrence, and the result of interaction of these radiations with the matter. So for this purpose, we consider these radiations region one by one. So first of all, if these radiations have the wavelength 10 raised to minus 1 nanometer, then that region is called as the gamma, that rays are called as gamma rays. And whenever these gamma rays can be interact with a particular matter, then what happens? Change of nuclear configuration can be takes place. Now whenever these radiations interacts with a particular matter, the change in there is a rearrangement of nuclear particles can be takes place. We know very well the different nuclear particles, it may be proton or it may be neutrons. So these nuclear particles may get rearranged by the interaction of this type of gamma ray radiations. So this is a first region of this electromagnetic spectrum. If we go to the next wavelength range, that is a 10 raised to minus 1 to the 10 nanometer, then that radiations are called as the X-ray. That X-rays are there, they are more energetic as compared to, so they are less energetic as compared to this particular gamma rays. They have the more wavelength. So whenever these X-rays can be interacts with a particular matter, then what happens? Change of electron distribution can be takes place. Change in electron distribution can be takes place. It means that whenever the energy changes can be takes place, then the inner electrons can be involved in such a type of the interactions. So when these radiations bombarded on a particular molecule, these inner electrons are involved in a particular interaction of these radiations with a matter. So this is called as the X-ray radiations. When you go to the higher wavelength range, that is a 10 to the 400 nanometer, that region is called as the ultraviolet region. Whenever this ultraviolet region radiations interacts with a matter, again change of electron distribution can be takes place. Now what is by this change of electron distribution? Now in this case, as we know that if we compare this X-ray to that of the ultraviolet rays, these ultraviolet rays are less energetic as compared to X-ray. In the X-ray, inner electrons are involved, while change in electron distribution, while in this ultraviolet region, what happens? In this case also, change of electron distribution can be takes place, but now the valence electrons are involved. And why this is a valence electrons are involved? Because the energy content of these ultraviolet rays are lower as compared to X-rays. So in this case, valence electrons are involved in energy changes of a molecule from one energy level to the another energy level. As you go to the higher wavelength range, that is a 400 to 700 nanometer, that region is called as the visible region of electromagnetic spectrum. Again in this region also, when these radiations can be interacts with the matter, again change of electron distribution can be takes place. So in this region also, energy changes involving valence electrons are to be takes place in this visible region. Next, if we go to the higher wavelength range, that is a 10 to the power 3 to the 10 raised to 5 nanometer, then this high wavelength region is called as the infrared radiation. when this infrared radiations interacts with a particular matter, then what happens? Change of configuration can be takes place, and while this change of configuration taking place, there is a change of vibrational motion of a molecule can be takes place. There is a change in its vibrational motion of a molecule can be takes place, or we can say that the molecule goes from one vibrational energy level to the another vibrational energy level. So the spectra which is obtained due to such a type of interaction of IR radiations with a particular matter is called as the vibrational spectra. That spectra is called as the vibrational. That spectra is called as the vibrational spectra. So what am I this vibration spectra? Whenever the IR radiations belonging to this wavelength range 10 to the 10 raised to 3 to the 10 raised to 5 nanometer interacts with a matter, then there is a change in configuration takes place by involving vibrational motion of a molecule. Then that spectra is called as the vibrational spectra of a molecule. If we look towards the next region from the spectrum, that is a wavelength range of 10 raised to 5 to the 10 raised to 7 nanometer, that region is called as the microwave region. That radiations are microwave radiations. They are less energetic as compared to infrared radiations. So whenever these radiations interacts with a particular matter, then what happens? Change in orientation of a molecule can be takes place. Change in orientation of a molecule can be takes place, and this orientation change takes place by the involvement of rotational motion of a molecule. There is a change in rotational motion of a molecule by molecule can be converted from one rotational energy level into the another rotational energy level. So the spectra obtained due to such a type of interaction of this micro radiations with a matter is called as the rotational spectra. That spectra is called as the rotational spectra of a molecule. So this rotational spectra is obtained by the involvement or by the interaction of these microwave radiations with a particular matter. After that, if we go to the high wavelength range of 1 to the 100 centimeter, that region is called as the radio wave. And whenever these radio wave can be interacts with a particular matter, then what happens? Change of spin can be takes place, or reversal of spin of an electron can be takes. We know very well that the electron has the two type of the spin, plus half and minus half, or clockwise and anti-clockwise. Whenever these radio waves can be interacts with a particular matter, then their reversal of spin of an electron can be takes place. So this type of interaction can be result in a spectra. Then this type of spectroscopy is called as the ESR, that is a electron spin resonance spectroscopy. So this is a radio wave region. If we go to the last region, that is a high wavelength region, that is a 100 to 1000 centimeter region. That region is called as the radio wave. But in this case, what happens? If we interacts the matter with this particular radiations, again change of spin can be takes place. But in this case now, reversal of spin of nucleus can be takes place. In this case, reversal of spin of nucleus can be takes place, while in the first case, reversal of spin of electron can be takes place. So this is a simple difference between the radio wave of the region of 1 to 100 centimeter and 100 to 1000 centimeter. In this case, reversal of electron spin can takes place, while in this case, reversal of spin of nucleus can be takes place. Now, this region gives a spectra called as the NMR, that is a nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy. So these are the different regions obtained in a particular electromagnetic spectrum over a different range, starting from 10 raised to minus 1 nanometer up to the this particular 1000 centimeter. So as we go from lower wavelength region to this type of the higher wavelength region, what happens? The different type of interactions can be takes place by the interaction of these radiations with a particular matter. By these interactions, we get the different type of spectra, such as this type of the vibration spectra, rotation spectra obtained due to interaction of the matter with the IR radiations or micro radiations respectively. So this is regarding the different regions of the electromagnetic spectrum. Now this spectrum is useful as far as our further points are concerned. In the syllabus of this TYBSc chemistry, there are some spectroscopies are involved in a study. That spectroscopy are nothing but the first is your microwave spectroscopy. This spectroscopy is involved in a syllabus. after that, the second spectroscopy involved is called as your infrared spectroscopy, and the next spectroscopy involved is called as the Raman spectroscopy. That is a Raman spectroscopy is involved. So in the next study, we are going to take these spectroscopy in a detail. First is the vibrational spectroscopy, or it may called as the IR spectroscopy. Next is called as the rotation spectroscopy, or it may called as the microwave spectroscopy. And the third spectroscopy which we are going to study is a Raman spectroscopy. So in the next lecture, we will start the next spectroscopy, microwave spectroscopy, in a detail. So in this current lecture, we discuss about what is mean by regions of a spectrum, what is mean by this electromagnetic spectrum, what are the different regions over which these radiations can be obtained in the terms of their wavelength, their region, and their interactions with a particular matter. So by considering all these points, I stop here. The remaining points we will cover in a next lecture. So with this, I stop here. Thank you. Thank you so much.